I only want the toughest or the biggest fights possible.
How about the next fight for you? I mean, there seems to be a lot of talk about Colby Covington, and how about Leon Edwards from the UK?
I definitely would. Leon gets past Nate. I definitely lean way more towards him than the fragile guy you just mentioned. Reason being, the fragile guy that you mentioned had 10 weeks to prepare for Usman. He got his jaw broken. Didn't get on Twitter for like 2 months. He was so beat down. And I fought Usman, and everybody knows Usman can't do nothing to me, Stan. He can't. Even if he did land the shot, he just doesn't generate that. So that fragile guy is not the type of fight that I want, because I only want the toughest or the biggest fights possible. He fits neither category, So Leon getting past Nate Diaz is, to me, a much bigger fight with an insane storyline to it. The other guy just talks and he'll say anything. I mean, he's talking about everybody and everything. It's just something with like media in the nowadays times. Like, whoever's doing most of this is getting a lot of attention. I mean, I do my interviews on Fight Week and stuff like that, but other than that, I'm out of the media. Like, it's hard to get me in front of a camera because it's not me. This guy's always on the camera, so whether it be negative or positive, he's always just trying to say something to get a rise out of people. As far as fighting goes, I don't think he would deserve the next title shot. I do want to break his face, so no matter what. But he's not a big fight, and he's not a tough fight. So, I mean, it's going to happen no matter what at some point, but I'll say when it happens.
Just one more question for you, Jorge. I wanted to ask what you made of Jake Paul's win over, old opponent of yours, Ben Askren. How did you feel about the backlash about you supporting Jake Paul?
Definitely the MMA fans turned on me, and then as soon as Ben got knocked out, everybody's like, "Oh, you were right. We shouldn't have done this, that." And to me, I'm the type of person like, man, you already made your bed laying it. I just said what I thought in my heart would happen, which it did. Ben's always disrespected the sport of MMA. He's always said, I don't need to strike. I could just out wrestle any of these guys. I don't need to hit pads. I don't need to spar. It's on numerous of his interviews. For 10 years, he was doing that. So for people to say he was a representative of MMA, never could we have found the guy that was further from being a representative of MMA, because MMA stands for mixed martial arts. That means you have to show love, discipline, time, and dedication to each one of those arts. To striking, to wrestling, to jiu-jitsu, to this, to that. You have to do it, and that's how you become a mixed martial artist. Ben Askren was never that. That's why he was handpicked opponent for Jake Paul, to get a good win and an impressive win. Ben can't spell jab. Ben doesn't know how to move his head. Ben can't generate power to hurt anybody. So he's under those rule settings of straight boxing, it's the worst environment for him. Now, if it's a real fight, yeah, he gets Jake and he pretzels him up and he submits him and this and that. But under the rule set of just boxing, no. And especially to think that this guy was a representative for my beautiful sport, for all of us, never, not once, And that's why the MMA fans got upset, and let them stay upset, because, that backlash that I got and people trying to bully me and stuff like that never works. Like, if anything, I invite Jake Paul to my wedding now, because I know so many people that I hung out with this guy, and showed him some things.
BBC Sounds, music, radio, podcasts.